Can we talk about fertility?
I'd love to.
Okay. Marina's 42. Mm-hmm. She is without child.
Yes.
There's a possibility that if she were to go into a certain place in the Amazon, she could keep her fertility going till she was ready to have a child. What do you think of the possibility of fertility forever?
Well, this book has elements of Heart of Darkness, but it also has elements of another novel that I dearly love, Pinocchio. And in Pinocchio thinks it would be the greatest thing in the world to never go to school and eat nothing but candy and shoot billiards all day, and then Pinocchio gets his wish. And it turns out to be not such a great thing for him and the other boys. That's a little bit the way I feel about this. The idea, it's a cautionary tale, watch what you wish for. We are in this very strange moment in history in which we seem unable to realize that we make choices, and there are consequences to our choices. And if you choose to have children, the consequences are you won't have as much money, and your house will never be clean again, and there won't be food in the fridge, and there'll be a lot of dirty clothes, and maybe somebody will come and visit you in the nursing home, but honestly, maybe not. Those are the choices that you make. And if you make a choice to not have a child, then you're going to have great vacations and tons of money, and maybe nobody will come and visit you in the nursing home. But this idea that we can keep putting off the choice, that the door is never closed. And I was recently in London, and a woman who was interviewing me, who was a very beautiful actress in her 40s, and she said, all of my friends are freezing their eggs. I'm thinking I might freeze my eggs because I'm not ready to make that choice yet. And I thought, girlfriend, time's a wasting. You gotta make the choice. Not making the choice is making a choice. So I'm not here to say where the line is. Maybe the line's at 75, but there is a line. Yeah, that's a lie. I totally don't think that's true. And I'm 47, and I don't have children. And part of what this comes out of for me, I knew when I was in middle school that I didn't want to have children. And that's a great gift to know that and to not ever have to wrestle with it. But for my entire life, up until I was 44, strangers and people who loved me and knew me were always saying, you're going to want a baby. I know you don't want one now, but you're going to want one later, so you better have one now, because when you want one later, you're going to have it then, and it's going to be really great. I kept thinking, you don't know me. Why are you talking about this? But people feel very entitled to discuss your everlasting fertility with you.
Even people in your own family.
Especially people in your own family. Yes, indeed.